My goodness, isn't it just so nice with the snow falling outside? I love the look of it too. It's just so peaceful out there. It's just, yeah, I know. And it just makes inside so much cozier, right? Like, it's just so much nicer in here. I just love it when it's so warm and cozy in here. We got our little cocoa and our PJs and all that. And I love Christmas time too. Like, it's the best. Well, in my opinion, it's the best time of year. I just love all the food and the family and the presents and just all of it. It's just so much fun, and I love the weather. I mean, I'm a sucker for the winter time. I know, it's the nicest. I'm already getting so sleepy just thinking about cuddling up with you with this weather. Aw, you're getting sleepy too. Well, I have a surprise for you. No, I wouldn't say it's an early Christmas present, but I did a little something for you, just because I thought it would be fun. I wrote a cute little Christmas-themed bedtime story. You know, I've read you a couple bedtime stories at this point, so I thought it'd be fun to do a Christmas-themed one. You know, I think it's kind of on par with the vibes everywhere right now. Okay, good. Are you sleepy enough for me to read it to you? Awesome. Okay, let me just pull it up. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. All right, let me find the start. Okay. It's called The Christmas Cottage in Maplewood Forest. In the quiet heart of Maplewood Forest, where snowflakes drift like feathers and the pine trees hum softly in the wind, there stood a stone cottage with ivy-covered walls and a chimney that puffed like a teapot in the winter. The red front door had a golden star carved into its center and a tiny bell that jingled whenever it opened. This cozy place belonged to Nana Noel, an old woman with rosy cheeks, silver hair always in a bun, and a laugh that made the icicles jingle. She lived there all year round, but something very special happened every December. The animals in the forest whispered about it all throughout the year. The stockings. Nana Noel's hung stockings for everyone, not just the village children or visiting guests, but for every single creature of the forest. She knitted, sewed, and patched all year long, tiny stockings for the mice, extra wide ones for the raccoons, long striped ones for the deer, even ones made of waterproof fabric for the frogs down by the frozen stream. Every Christmas Eve, when the moon was high and the world was still, the stockings filled themselves with the exact right gift. A pine cone drum for a rhythm-loving squirrel, a peppermint acorn for a chipmunk with a sweet tooth, a cozy leaf blanket for a shivering shrew. And no one, not a single bird, bear, or bunny, ever knew quite how it happened. December 20th, 4 days before Christmas. The forest was white and quiet, the kind of quiet that makes you feel like the whole world is holding its breath. The snow was thick, blanketing the trees like icing, and the lake had frozen into a sheet of silver glass. Nana Noel was bustling around her cottage, humming a tune that smelled like cinnamon and sounded like cookies. On the wooden table lay a mountain of stockings, some finished, some still needing buttons or bows. As she sewed, she looked out of the frosty window. "Let's see," she murmured. "Frankie the Fox needs something warm this year, and Bonnie Bunny always hopes for a new ribbon." She jotted notes in her nice list journal. It had 1 page for every creature in the forest, even the grumpy badger who pretended he didn't like gifts, but always smiled when he got one. That evening, just as the last bit of sunlight melted into dusk, there came a knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Nana opened it to find her tiny neighbor, Willa Wren, hopping on one foot. "Oh dear, come out of the cold," Nana said, wrapping her in a quilt. "I came to say thank you," Willa chirped, "for the scarf last year. I still use it every day." "You're most welcome, dear," Nana said with a wink. "And also," Willa hesitated, "I think someone new has arrived. Near the clearing? I saw hoof prints I didn't recognize." Nana's eyes twinkled. "Well now, we best knit one more stocking, hadn't we?" December 21st, 3 days before Christmas. That day, Nana ventured into the woods with her snow boots and her cane. She brought a little basket of muffins, just in case. She followed the hoof prints through the snow, past the sleepy trees and under the branches with heavy snow. Eventually, she found a small, shivering figure nestled beneath a bush, barely more than a baby. It was a reindeer, no taller than her waist, with wide eyes and trembling legs. "Well, hello there," Nana said softly. The baby reindeer blinked at her, and a single tear rolled down its nose. "Oh, darling," Nana whispered, kneeling carefully to wrap him in her shawl. "You're not lost anymore. Let's get you home." Back at the cottage, she gave him warm milk and a name, Nico. Nico didn't say much, but he followed her around quietly, watching her sew and hum and stir cocoa. He liked the way her cottage smelled, like cinnamon, cloves, and peppermint. He liked how it sounded, ticking clocks, crackling firewood, the soft hum of lullabies. That night he curled up by the hearth, his nose tucked beneath his little tail, and outside the snow fell like stars. December 22nd, 2 days before Christmas. The forest animals began to gather early. They had heard whispers that Nana had taken someone in. They brought gifts, pine cones, feathers, cranberries strung on thread. "Who is he?" they whispered. "He's shy," said Willa. "He's sweet," said Bonnie. "And very tired," said the owl. Nana hung Nico's stocking on the mantel, a blue velvet one with silver thread and a single tiny bell at the toe. She kissed the top of his head. "This one's for you." December 23rd, the day before the eve. That morning, something strange happened. The sky darkened earlier than usual, the wind howled, and the fire in the cottage flickered low. Nico paced in small circles, sniffing at the door. "Are you all right, darling?" Nana asked. But Nico didn't answer. He just stared out the window with wide, shiny eyes. Suddenly, there was a sound in the sky, a jingle, a swish, and a distant whoosh. Then a thump, then silence. Nana opened the door and saw nothing. But Nico darted out into the snow. "Wait," Nana called, gathering her cloak. She followed him into the clearing and found him standing beside something shiny in the snow, a long golden harness tangled in the pine branches. A sleigh harness. Out of the trees stepped a tall figure in a red coat. "Ah," he said with relief, "you found it." Nana Noel smiled. "Well, if it isn't St. Nicholas himself." Santa tipped his hat. "Lost a piece of gear in the windstorm. I would have been in trouble without it." Then he saw Nico. "Nico?" he asked gently. "Is that you?" The baby reindeer took a trembling step forward, then another. "He fell behind last year," Santa said softly. "Too young to fly. I thought he might find his way in time." "He found his way to me," Nana said, brushing Nico's snowy fur. Santa looked around at the stockings hanging from every tree branch. You always take care of them, don't you? Nana nodded. It's my pleasure. December 24th, Christmas Eve. That night, the forest was aglow with starlight and magic. Each stocking, strung from every near tree at Nana's cottage, began to shimmer. Soft glowing light filled them, gifts appearing as if by kindness alone. Nico's stocking filled last. Inside was a golden tag for Nico, ready to fly, and tied to it was a new harness fitted just for him. The sleigh bells began to ring in the distance. Santa's voice called through the trees, "It's time!" Nico looked at Nana. She smiled. "Go on, darling. I'll be right here when you come back." And with a deep breath, Nico galloped towards the stars. His hoofs didn't sink into the snow this time. They lifted like feathers on the wind. He soared. That night, the stockings swung gently in the breeze. The animals slept soundly with their little gifts, and Nana Noel rocked in her chair, sipping cocoa by the fire. At night, a single sleigh bell rang softly above the cottage. Nico was flying. The end. There you go again, huh? My sleepy little guy. Sweet dreams, my love. Merry Christmas.